Spears is here now. Happy 4th of July to you, Chris, and to everybody. So what's on tap for today?
Well, a little of this, a little of that. We'll dive into it here. There's a little of this. We're seeing a few thunderstorms trying to pop along the Front Range, and one or two may scoot across the city. I don't think it will ruin your plans, but I can't promise you'll be able to stay outside the whole time either. We'll dive into that here in just a second. Weather watchers taking a break from grilling and checking in. Joy Jordan, 86 degrees. Out south of Bennett Weldon on the western slope, 93. He's on the Battlement Mesa. Temperatures around the state are warming up pretty fast. We're mostly into the mid-80s and low 90s along and east of I-25. Burlington, 84 for a cool spot on the plains. 60s and 70s up high with a few 80s. Places like Aspen, mid-80s to low 90s on the western slope right now. It is an ozone action day. We do have bad air quality in the Denver Front Range area up through Fort Collins and Greeley. So if you have respiratory issues, limit your time outside this afternoon. Big high pressure sitting over the southwest, and it stays here for the next several days. It will dominate our weather. So for the most part, hot and dry for the extended period, although we will have a few chances for thunderstorms. Brought up the dew point map to show you any number in the 50s. That's a measure of the moisture in the air. This is where we could sustain some storms today. Further east, closer to the Front Range and up high, we have 30-degree dew points. That air is too dry, so any storms that pop, they'll perform, but what you'll get on the ground is mostly wind from those thunderstorms and dark clouds. Doppler 4000 already tracking a few showers popping over the Front Range. They're harmless at this point. One of them trying to show a little bit of life here just outside of Jamestown and Boulder. It could have a lightning strike with it and a very, very brief downpour, but it will not last long. Here's Futurecast, more of the same. Hot and dry for most everybody today. There will be a handful of scattered showers and storms over the higher terrain, and one or two will try and come down here across the Front Range and the lower elevations. And again, if that happens, it won't last long. You'll get more wind than anything else and some dark clouds, maybe a lightning strike. So pay attention if you hear thunder. Tonight, for all the big fireworks shows, we could have that gusty storm roll through. There may be some high clouds, but I think your fireworks shows are not in jeopardy. It'll be mild temperatures in the 70s for this evening as we look ahead to the fireworks. Today, we'll top out in the 90s for many places along and east of I-25, 70s to mid-80s for the higher elevations, so pleasant in the high country. Look at the heat on the western slope, the Grand Valley over toward Moab, flirting with 100 degrees. Here's Denver's 5-day forecast. We turn up the heat over the next couple of days, and honestly, it's a hot, dry stretch from now through the weekend. That means fire danger will stay at the top of our minds. Britt, there's just the ever so slight chance for a stray afternoon storm, but we don't want these kind of storms because they're dry. They bring lightning and wind, and that's not good for fire danger.
Absolutely not.
No.
And the barbecues are spared.
I think tonight we're in good shape.
Okay, most importantly,
yes.
Right. Well, you can always have the forecast right at the fingertips with our free CBS 4 Weather on the Go app. All you have to do is search CBS Denver Weather in your app store. On